Welcome back again to another review. Viewers and subscribers, it's your boy Psycho God Entertainment. Yeah, I will talk about Jamaican Labour Party. Yeah man, in full swing. Has flood National Arena. And also coming up in this review, man just like police and soldier. Rob Western Union, Evening State. What a go on in a Jamaica.
As a small country with an open economy and an open society, Jamaica supports the cooperative system of nations, and we will do our part to make the world a better place. Whether it is support for disaster recovery of our neighbors, as we did in Dominica and the Bahamas, or in supporting peace building in Haiti, Jamaica is doing its part. Jamaica is consistent in its support for the universal respect and adherence to the principles of international law and respect for territorial integrity and the sovereignty of all nations. We condemn all forms of terrorism, and we support the right of nations to defend themselves and pursue their security while preserving the rights of innocent civilians to live in peace and dignity. We are deeply concerned at the rising human cost in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and we welcome the current pause in hostilities. We urge all parties to seek a permanent solution, and we remain convinced that this can only be achieved by a negotiated two-state solution enabling the Palestinians and Israelis to live securely in peace and dignity. Jamaica continues to be a reasonable and rational voice in international fora. We continue to lead global initiatives and treaties, whether in trade, finance, or climate change. Whatever treaty obligations we negotiate or sign on, it must be consistent with our laws and constitution, and we must engage with local stakeholders within our democratic framework. Have you noticed that almost every year I have to come to Parliament and give a report about damage as a result of a weather event? That is because of climate change. You may not feel it's a big issue, but it is a big issue for the government. Because as these things happen, we have to find more money. And where is that money going to come from if there is a catastrophe or a disaster? Well, your government has taken this issue and you are dealing with it in a smart way. We have never had to borrow to deal with any issue of natural disaster since we have been government. We are the first country in the region to take out a catastrophe bond. It's almost like an insurance policy, that if a real serious disaster happens, we can pull on that money. I want to say a collective thank God that we have been spared the worst in any of the disasters that have happened. To do our part to reduce the effect of climate change. I don't know how many of you saw it, but Jamaica recently put out a procurement for 100 megawatts of renewable electricity, replacing our old carbon-based generation for electricity. Big step. Our goal is to move our electricity generation to having 50% of the electricity we consume from renewable energy. Now that will help with the whole climate change, but it will be better for you. I know one of the things that affect you the most is your electricity bill. I know that that is a significant cost for your household. If we can reduce or make stable your electricity bill, your quality of life will improve. One of the ways to do that is to be less dependent on oil. If you have a war in the Middle East, what happens? The price of oil go up and who have to pay for it? You. But if you're generating electricity from your own solar and your own wind and your own hydro, then we can mitigate those costs of energy. Education reform, my pet subject. We are going to transform the Jamaican education system. All of you sitting here have children in school, and some of you are of school age. You know what my greatest worry is? My greatest worry is that our education system is not producing enough of the human resources we need to support the development of the country. That's my greatest worry. And we are seeing it happening now. As the economy is growing, it is growing past the labor force that we have. And that is why we put in place the Education Transformation Task Force to study the problem. And they have given us the report, and we are about to execute upon that now. Just last week, Minister Favour Williams and Minister Clark signed with the World Bank to build the first STEM school. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We need more scientists, more people who understand in technology, whether it is artificial intelligence or natural intelligence. We need more engineers, and we need more people who have a mathematics foundation. Every time I say that, you have some people say, remember the arts. We have a natural competitive advantage in the creative arts and the creative industry. We haven't utilized it enough, we haven't formalized it, and so it's not just a STEM school we're going to be building, we're going to be building what we call a STEAM institution. So it is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Duty-free threshold, we're going to move it from $50 to $100 come next fiscal year. When you come to the airport, everybody bother you. What you buy abroad, you buy this or you buy that. I bother you, I stop you, I make the line long and let the line. We are going to address the threshold. When you enter the airport, it was $500. We're going to move it from